Um, but going back to free will, that was another thing I noticed, that if we don't believe in free will, we should look at people who have different political perspectives as us with more sympathy. Because if you're brought up with a family that tell you this is how the world is, and then another group of people tell you this is how the world is, can you blame people for believing that, like, Hillary Clinton kills babies? You could at least look at them with a bit more sympathy. And it's also just in broader terms, if we're talking, like, if people are talking politically, people have went so far the opposite way and they hate the other side. Maybe if we look at it like no one has any free will, then we can look at the other side and be like, well, they didn't choose their political choices then.
Yeah, I think it definitely works both ways though. I've like, yeah, conspiracy theorists kind of scare me quite a lot. But I think you hear a lot of people who were once conspiracy theorists and then
Mhm.
kind of went away from that. And I think it's the sort of treatment afterwards. And like, I think there the sympathy really need a lot of sympathy, like possibly like previous far right extremists. And then um, I've realized that what they were sort of indoctrined in didn't represent them. They just sort of got circled in a rabbit hole. But I think I can understand the polarization when the actions of these people actively harm other groups of people and seek to do damage to them. I can understand why you'd be a bit less tolerant of someone if they questioned like your right to exist.
Mhm.
Um, I think, yeah, I get that we sort of need to have a more considered discussion when speaking to people of different political beliefs, but I think there is like a red line that if you cross, yeah, there's only so much sympathy can have for certain people.
Yeah, I think for me that red line is when human rights are infringed, when
Yeah,
someone's wanting to stop someone having human rights.